Hey folks, SoloGamer here. We're playing another game in Castle Ravenloft, and as you can already see, the board's a little different. We're going to be playing Adventure 9, the Gauntlet of Terror, and basically what we had to do was we had to pick 15 tiles at random and put them connected on there. Then we have these little monster tokens here. We had to get 20 of them. 10 are going to be in this basket, which we will have to draw. And we put 10 on the board, and they're either going to say 0 monster, 1 monster, 2 monster, or 3 monsters. And as you can see, we have these hit points here. Now before we get into the rules, let's go over our characters. We're going to be using Tarek, the half orc. That's his character there. Armor class 14, hit points 8, speed is 6, 4 hit points on the surge value. He has brutal recovery. When you or any hero on your tile rolls a natural 20, you may recharge. Flip over Furious Assault. That's what he comes with. It comes with Furious Assault, Tumble, Death Strike, King's Castle, and Distracting Jab. And he got a Ring of Accuracy. Then we have Thorgrim, the Dwarf Cleric. 16 armor class, 8 hit points, speed 5, 4 hit points. You know healing techniques. At the end of your hero phase, if you did not attack, one other hero on your tile regains 1 hit point. And he came with Healing Word, Divine Flare, Perseverance, Blade Barrier, Lance of Faith, and a Staff of the Elements. And we put them in the start tile. So let me read the start of the adventure to you. It says, rumors abound that Strahd plans to launch an offensive against the town this very night. You must enter the dungeon crypts and rout the gathered monsters before too many of them emerge to attack the town. Okay. So what's going to happen is when an active hero moves within one tile, of a tile with a face down marker on it, with a face down monster token on it, or onto a tile with a face down monster token on it, we flip the tile over. If it reveals 0 monsters, none there. If it reveals 1, we pull a monster card. 2, we pull 2 monster cards and put them on that tile. It looks like we're not going to be using encounter cards this game, thank God. Okay, once we do that, what we do is we'll go to the cup here and we will randomly draw another token. Okay, and then we'll place the new monster token face down on any tile except the start tile that doesn't have a monster token on it. Alright, during each exploration phase, the active player chooses 1 monster token in play and moves it 1 tile in the direction of the arrow on the tokens that the token's tile is pointing. So it's always going to move 1 arrow towards. And what they're eventually going to try to do is they're going to try to get to the start tile. Every time a monster gets to the start tile, it leaves. And we have to take 1 hit point token off of here. If all 5 hit point tokens are removed, we lose the game. Of course, we also lose if we get killed and there's no more healing surges. So we win the game if we are able to basically kill all these monsters. Or if there's only like 2 left and there's no way they could, you know, take all 5 hit points off of it. Okay? Okay, so basically during each exploration phase, instead of doing an encounter, we have to take a monster tile and move it 1 space in the space of an arrow. So we'll start with Tarek, the half orc, and he can move 6. And what we'll do is we will move 1, 2, 3. Now, as you see, like I said, when an active hero is within 1 tile of a tile with a face down token on it, okay, we have to flip the card. So as you can see here, he's not within 1 tile of this one. He is within 1 tile of this one, but he is not within, you know, within 1 tile. That would be there. So we can move him here, because remember, you don't count diagonal like that. And so we flip this token over, and this is 3 monsters right off the freaking bat. Okay, so let's take this 3 monsters token, and we will discard it, and we will draw our 3 monsters. We have a Kobold Skirmisher. We have a ghoul. And we have a droll duelist. Okay, so those are the 3 monsters. Okay. Now, we didn't want to move up, unfortunately, because we didn't want to activate any of these other tiles. I still could have kept moving. Alright, so now that we've done that, what we have to do is we have to go to our cup first. And draw a new token. And we can put it on any tile. And what we'll do is we will put it, I'll put it on this one. Okay? We put it on any tile except start tile. Okay, so unless I can attack somebody, which this guy doesn't. Move your in a square within 1 tile, which he will do. Alright, so we'll use the tumble card. He's got to flip that over, and he will make an attack. And let's see who I want to attack. Oh, well, I can't do that. Never mind. This is the start of the phase. This is not the start of the phase. Well, crap. So he can't attack. Alright. So, we have to do our monster activations. We start with the cobble. If the cobble is within tile of the hero, it is. It moves to him. It throws with the javelin. I'm sorry. If it is within 1 tile, it throws with the javelin. Alright, so the thing has an attack of 9. And he's going to hit, and it does 1 damage. Okay, then we have the ghoul. It moves closest and attacks with the claw. Okay, so, and it hits there. Shit. Alright, so he takes another damage, and he is also going to be immobilized. Then we have the droll duelist. It moves adjacent, and it will attack twice. Okay, that's a miss, but that one's a hit. So we take another another point of damage. Okay, so it is the dwarf's turn. Okay. And of course, we had to move a monster 1, so let's move that there. Okay, so the dwarf is here. So what we will have to do is we will move the dwarf. And what power should he use? Okay, well, okay, he's going to use the Lance of Faith to try to attack the ghoul, because he gets a +1 damage on it. Oh, God damn, you gotta be kidding me, I rolled a 1. Okay, so that's not even going to be worthwhile. Shit. Okay, so now we have to flip this tile over, and this is 2 monsters. So we put a hypnotic spirit and an orc smasher on this one right here, which are over here. And of course we have to move a tile, which we will do, and then we have to put a new tile on the board, which we will do, and we'll put it up there. How about that? And now these monsters will activate. Alright, it will come here and attacks each hero on that tile with a howl. Alright, got a 14, so it hit, so he takes a damage, and the half orc takes a hit point of damage. And he's down to 4. Okay, the orc smasher, it moves and it attacks with a heavy mace, and it hits, so the dwarf takes another hit. Okay, so now it is our half orc's turn. He's immobilized. Now he can't move, but I wasn't planning on moving anyways. I was going to attack. So let's see here. He's going to try to use the Furious Assault on the ghoul. Alright, now I have to hit with an attack to do that, and we will use the distracting jab. Okay, so he hit the ghoul. He uses the Furious Assault, so that takes the ghoul out. So the ghoul is gone. So we got the ghoul taken out. We can get a treasure card here. Ooh, Belt of a Storm Giant. Strength. Okay, so he can't move, so we get rid of that. And that is going to be the end of his turn. Okay, so we can move one of these monster tokens. And let's see here, which one do we move? Well, we might as well go ahead and move this one. So we move this one, and then of course that moves there, so now we have to flip it, and it is one monster. So he gets a human cultist. Maybe, man, eventually we'll get lucky and we won't have any monsters. Alright, so the kobold skirmisher is going to throw the javelin. And he hits. And that's going to be another hit point. The drow duelist is going to attack 2 times. It's going to be a hit. And that's going to be a hit. And so that's 2 more hit points. And then we have the human cultist. And it will move to here and attack with a poison dagger. And that's a hit. So our human orc is, he's going to have to use a healing surge all freaking ready. Alright, so it's the dwarf's turn. Okay, we got to do something here. Okay, he's going to use blade barrier. And this basically says choose a tile within 2 tiles of you. Place 5 blade barrier tokens on 5 different squares on that tile. Which he was going to put one here, one here, one here, one here, and another one. We'll just go ahead and just put one at random. Here. Okay, so it does 1 damage to each monster. So let's start with the Orc Smasher. Now the Orc Smasher has 2 hit points, so he's going to be 1. The Hypnotic Spirit is taken out. The Human Cultist has been taken out. And the Drow Duelist has been taken out. Woo! So that blade barrier came in real freaking handy. Okay, now that was his attack. Now we have to move a square, which we will move this one, and we will draw another one and put that up there. Okay, so now the Orc Smasher gets to go, and he's going to attack the dwarf. And he rolls a 20, and of course he hits. So, and he takes 1 hit point damage. All right, so it's our orc. It's our half orc here, and he's going to have to use a healing surge. So he heals 4 hit points. And he will move down here, and he will attack the half orc. And let's see, here we will do distracting jab. And he hit it and killed it. Oops. So the half orc is dead. Or the Orc Smasher's dead, I'm sorry. Okay, and that's his turn. Alright, so let us, the kobold here will get to throw a javelin. And he hits, so he takes 1 more damage. We have to move this token here, and since it is within 1, it will flip over. And that's 1 monster. So let's see what monster we get. We get a rat swarm. Okay, so let's put the rat swarm there. We will move this token here. And of course we have to put out a new token. Alright. So the rat swarm is there, and the rat swarm does get to go. And it moves and attacks with a multitude of bites. And it missed. So now it is the dwarf's turn. And he will attack the rat swarm. And he hits and kills it, so the rat swarm is dead. And he will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He will move there. So now we got to start flipping these things. Now, this thing's going to flip, and we have a monster there. This one's going to flip. We have 2 monsters here. This one is going to flip, and we have 2 monsters there. So this is just god awful. So let's start going this way. Oh boy. Okay, so he gets a zombie and a human cultist. So let's put a zombie and a human cultist on the thing. Okay, we do that. Then we have another 2 monsters here. And we have another human cultist. There's a lot of human cultists hanging around in this one here. Okay. And a hunting drake. Alright. And then we have 1 monster here. And this is a goblin archer. Okay. Okay, now we also, let's see here. We're going to have to, we already moved that one. And now we have to put another token on the board. Okay, we put a token here. And of course this one now is going to flip over. And this is a 1 monster. Jesus. And this is a goblin cutter. Okay. So now these monsters are gonna go. Jesus. Alright, we start with the zombie. If it was within 1 tile, it is. And it attacks that hero with the rotting fist. Okay, it does 1 for each monster on the zombie's tile, so it does 2 damage to our dwarven hero. So he's down to 3 hit points. Okay, then we have the human cultist, and it moves close to him and attacks with a poison dagger, and that is hit, and now is 1, and he is poisoned. Yeesh. Then we have the other human cultist, and it moves here, and it will attack as well, and that is another 1. Alright, then we have the hunting drake, and the hunting drake will move here and attack, and it hits, and our dwarf is dead. Then we have the goblin archer. He moves 1 tile here. The goblin cutter, and he moves here and attacks with a dagger, and that's a hit. Okay, so I'll tell you what, we'll end it here, and then we'll come back. We'll probably finish up this disaster of a game. Good God Almighty. I could not get not 1 token with 0 monsters on it. SoloGamer saying, see you then.